And we start with 3 questions and 3 answers. Venerable Master Shadow, what does it mean by the word noting? The word noting means to pay attention to meditation object with the purpose of being aware of the phenomena that are really happening from moment to moment. This is from the book named The Discourse on Nirvana by Venerable Master Shadow. Number 2 question, Venerable Master Shadow, for what purpose do you instruct us to do everything slowly? It is only when you do everything slowly that your concentration, mindfulness, and insight knowledge can keep up with the objects. That is the reason why you have to start the practice by doing everything slowly and mindfully. Indeed, in the beginning, if you do things fast, your mindfulness or awareness cannot follow. This is from the book named The Talk on the Silver Anniversary by Venerable Master Shadow. Number 3 question, why could jhana achievers do not discover mind and body to be impermanent, etc., despite their attainment of jhana? They cannot realize impermanence of mind and body, etc., because they do not observe closely the mental and physical phenomena which prevail every moment they go, stand, sit, see, hear, and so on. This is from the book named The Talk on the Silver Anniversary by Venerable Master Shadow. And we continue last night Dhamma talk. If one goes on perseveringly noting that the itchiness generally disappears, in which case one reverts to noting the rising and falling of the abdomen. If the itchiness does not in fact disappear, one has, of course, to eliminate it by scratching. But first, the desire to do so should be noted. All the movements involved in the process of eliminating this sensation should be noted, especially the touching, pulling, and pushing, and scratching movements, with an eventual reversion to noting the rising and falling of the abdomen. Every time you make a change of posture, you begin with noting your attention or desire to make the change and go on to noting every movement closely, such as rising from the sitting posture, raising the arm, moving and stretching it. You should make the change while noting concurrently the movements involved. As your body sways forward, note it. As you rise, the body becomes light and rises. Concentrating your mind on this, you should gently note as rising, rising. The yogi should behave as if he were a weak invalid. People in normal health rise easily, quickly, or abruptly, but not so with people invalids, who do so slowly and gently. The same is the case with people suffering from baggage, who rise gently, lest the back hurts and causes pain. This is also with meditating yogis. They have to make their changes of posture gradually and gently. Only then will mindfulness, concentration, and insight knowledge be good. Begin therefore with gentle and gradual movements. When rising, the yogi must do so gently, like an invalid, at the same time noting as rising, rising. Not only this, but when the eye sees, the yogi must act as if he does not see. Similarly, when the ear hears, he must act as if he does not hear. While meditating, the yogi's concern is only to note. What he sees or hears are not his concern. So, whatever strange or striking things he may see or hear, he must behave as if he does not see or hear, then merely noting carefully. When making bodily movements, the yogi should do so gradually, as if he were a weak invalid, gently moving the arms and legs, bending or stretching, then bending down the head and bringing it up. All these movements should be made gently. When rising from the sitting posture, he should do so gradually, noting as rising. When straightening up and standing, note as standing. When looking here and there, note as looking, seeing. When walking, note the steps, whether they are taken with the right or left foot. You must be aware of all the successive movements involved, from the raising of the foot to the dropping of it. Note each step taken, whether with the right or left foot. This is the manner of noting when one walks fast. Noting this much would be enough when walking fast or going some distance. When walking slowly or walking up and down, 3 movements should be noted in each step: raising the foot, pushing it forward, and dropping it. Begin with the noting, the raising and dropping movements. One must be fully aware of the raising of the foot. Similarly, when the foot is dropped, one should be fully aware of the heavy falling of the foot. One must walk, noting as raising, dropping with each step. This noting will become easier after about 2 days. Then go on noting the 3 movements as described above, as raising, pushing forward, and dropping. In the beginning, it will suffice to note 1 or 2 movements only. Thus, right step, left step when walking fast, and raising, dropping when walking slowly. If you want to sit down while walking, thus note as wanting to sit down, wanting to sit down. When actually sitting down, note it concurrently with the heavy falling of your body. When you are seated, note the movements involved in arranging your legs and arms. When there are no such movements, but just a straightness or static rest of the body. Note the rising and falling of the abdomen. While noting that, if stiffness of your limbs and sensation of heat in any part of your body arise, go on to note them, then back to rising, falling. While noting that, if a desire to lie down arises, note it in the movements of your legs and arms as you lie down. The raising of the arm, the moving of it, the resting of the elbow on the floor, the swaying of the body, the stretching of legs, the lifting of the body as one slowly prepares to lie down. All these movements should be noted. To note as you lie down thus is important. In the course of this movement, that is lying down, you can gain a distinctive knowledge, the knowledge of the path in its fruition. When concentration and insight knowledge are strong, the distinctive knowledge can come at any moment. It can come even in a single bend of the arm or in a single stretch of the arm. Thus, it was that the Venerable Ananda became an Arhat. The Venerable Ananda was trying strenuously to attain Arhatship. Overnight, on the eve of the first Buddhist council, he was practicing the whole night the form of vipassana meditation known as Kaya Gata Sati, noting his steps right and left, raising, pushing forward, and dropping of the feet, noting happening by happening the mental desire to walk in the physical movement involved in walking. Although this went on till it was nearly dawn, he had not yet succeeded in attaining Arhatship. Then he realized that he had practiced the walking meditation to excess, in that he should practice meditation in the lying posture for a while in order to balance concentration with effort. Having thus realized, he entered a chamber he sat on the couch and then lay himself down. While doing so and nodding, lying, he attained rahaship. In an instant, before his head touched the pillow, and just after his feet were lifted, the Venerable Ananda was only a Sotapanna before he lay himself down. As a Sriyantara Sotapanna, he developed mindfulness continuously and reached 3 higher stages of enlightenment successively, namely Sakadagami, Mega, Anagami, Mega, and Arahata, Mega. Reaching these 3 successive stages of the higher path took only a little while. Just think of this example of the Venerable Ananda's attainment of rahaship. Such attainment can come at any moment and needs not take long. That is why the yogis should note with diligence all the time. He should not relax in his noting, thinking this little lapse should not matter much. All movements involved in lying down, arranging the arms and legs should be carefully and unremittingly noted. If there is no movement but only stillness of the body, go back to noting the rising and falling of the abdomen. Even when it is getting late in time for sleep, the yogi should not go to sleep yet, dropping his noting. A really dedicated and energetic yogi should practice mindfulness as if he were totally foregoing his sleep. He should go on meditating till he falls asleep. If the meditation is good and has the upper hand, he will not fall asleep. If, on the other hand, drowsiness has the upper hand, he will fall asleep. When he feels sleepy, he should note as sleepy. If his eyelids drooping, if they become heavy or leaden, heavy. If the eyes become smarting. Noting that the drowsiness may pass and the eyes become clear again, the yogi should then note as clear, and go on to note the rising and falling of the abdomen. However, perseveringly, the yogi may go on meditating. If real drowsiness and ambience, he does fall asleep. It is not difficult to fall asleep. In fact, it is easy. If you meditate in the lying posture, you gradually become drowsy and eventually fall asleep. That is why the beginner in meditation should not meditate too much in the lying posture. He should meditate much more in the sitting and walking postures. But as it grows late and becomes time for sleep, he should meditate in the lying position, noting the rising and falling movements of the abdomen. He will then naturally, automatically fall asleep. The time he is asleep is the resting time for the yogi. But for the really serious yogi, he should limit his sleeping time to about 4 hours. This is the midnight time permitted by the Buddha. 4 hours sleep is quite enough. If the beginner in meditation thinks that 4 hours sleep is not enough for health, he may extend it to 5 or 6 hours. 6 hours sleep is clearly enough for health. When the yogi awakens, he should at once resume noting. The yogi who is really bent on attaining the enlightenment, Magga Nibbana, should rest from the meditational effort only when he is asleep. At other times, in his waking moments, he should be noting continuously and without rest. That is why, as soon as he awakens, he should note the awakening state of his mind as awakening. If he cannot yet make himself aware of this, he should begin noting the rising and falling of the abdomen. If he intends to get up from the bed, he should note as intending to get up. He should then go on to note the changing movements he makes as he arranges his arms and legs. When he raises his head and rises, note as rising. When he is seated, note as sitting. sitting. If he makes any changing movements as he arranges his arms and legs, all of these movements should also be noted. If there are no such changes, but only a sitting quietly, he should revert to noting the rising and falling movements of the abdomen. The time is up. Enough for today.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.